And so how do you watch it?
On the county website.
I can just go to the county website and say watch live?
I need to make sure.
Well, you can go to
this
that,
doesn't
it'll
fall
direct you
asleep,
to
because
YouTube.
I think that my
Oh.
password is going to expire at any minute.
Watch that tomorrow,
I
too.
just remembered that,
You'll learn something, right?
so I need to really keep this computer awake. Because I may lose.
Well, I can
access
multitask
to
at
it.
work.
You just
I
have
can
to
have
come
that
up
on
with a
running
new
in the
password
background.
really quick. I'd remember it
Looking
tomorrow.
over Dan's shoulder. And I don't know how to use my computer.
Oh, she is? Is she loving it?
Yes, so far.
Really? That'll get old.
Not a problem.
I don't know.
Okay, 7 o'clock, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Barlow. Bergeron.
Here.
Brem.
Here.
Devroy.
Here.
McLean.
Here.
Rezegi.
Here.
Rocha.
Here.
Stenzelbarton.
Here.
Tassava.
Here. Entertain a motion to excuse Councilmember Barlow.
So moved?
Rocha?
Yes, sir.
Motion by Rocha, support by Brem. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Okay, please rise for pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, everybody get a chance to look at the agenda.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as written. Support.
Okay, motion by McLean, support by Devroy to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Also in your packet, you have the January 12th, 2026 regular meeting minutes. Any additions or corrections to that? You entertain a motion to approve?
So moved?
I'll second it. Okay, motion by Rocha, supported by Stenzelbarton to approve the minutes of the January 12th, 2026 regular meeting minutes. Roll call.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, public hearing, we have none. Public comment. This time, anybody would like to get up and address the council, I'll give you 3 minutes. Tell me who you are and where you live. Back there.
Well, hello, Mark Hewitt. I guess we kind of gave me, what was the name we gave myself? Representative of the pickleball people of Hastings, I don't know, something like that. And so before we were talking about getting approved for pickleball courts last summer, they went in, they're absolutely beautiful. I'm actually here kind of representing that same group, I guess you might say, to really thank you guys for that. Like, it was really beautiful what we have up there. I think play happened on those almost every single day since they've gone up. Not that all 8 courts are filled, but they're getting used. And I can't remember, it was probably the end of August, maybe middle of September when those went in. We used them right up until you guys had to take the nets down and the snow started flying. And I didn't see anybody up there this morning, but I expect those nets will probably be going up pretty soon. The snow will get plowed and we'll be back up there anytime. So we had a group of men that play up there every Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7 o'clock. We average probably between 5 and 8 guys that play up there. I know Marcia is up there with her group playing almost every day. I see them up at different times of the day. One other day I had a real unique thing, and I want to take a picture of it, and I forgot. I gave you guys some pictures of one particular day I stopped up there, and I thought it was kind of interesting. All the courts were going. So I thought I better take a picture so you guys could see that we actually use those courts up there. And you can see the sun still behind the tree. I mean, these people are dedicated. They get up there early. But one particular day, there was a group of high school girls. They were probably 15, 16 years old. 2 of their moms came up and played. At that same time, I don't remember if it was Marcia or Marcia's group, somebody was up there, but I knew one of the players, and I know she's 78 years old, and she was on the courts, different courts, playing at the same time, and I thought, you know, I don't know of any other sport, any other activity, any other thing that would find age group or age span like that. So it's been really awesome. We appreciate it. We did find out we can't donate things and we can't just put signs up without getting permission. So we had to kind of go through that little hoop and gyration here last month. So anyhow, we just wanted to say thank you. Marcia, you might want to say a couple things.
I'll start her time over. You're almost done.
Pickleball is an addiction. Hi there,
Tell us who-
neighbor.
Tell us who you are, Marshall.
Marcia Mellon, I live on Mill Street, just a little bit out town, past the mayor. And it goes from small children. I play with a couple that are ladies that are 85, possibly close to 86 years old. They're playing in Florida right now. But just one thought for there. They haven't moved the basketball hoops. And if that is something that could possibly be done on to the edges or something, I know that someone commented maybe a separate area, but there are kids up there in the apartments that do use those, and the way they're right on top of the net right now, so they can't use them. So just a thought. We love the pickleball courts and we're very appreciative of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. Anybody else?
Oh, and don't plow them, please. Say that, because that's not good for the surface.
Just kidding, right, Mark?
People do.
Okay, formal recognition of presentations, we have none. Items by action, by a unanimous consent. Item A, consider approving the letter of support for the Berry County Recycle Grant as presented. Everybody had a chance to look at that? Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the letter of support for the Berry County Recycling Grant.
I will second her motion.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Stencil-Barton to approve the letter of support for the Berry County Recycling Grant as presented. Discussion. Any questions? Does this mean they're gonna pick up all your batteries downstairs?
No, this is just for cardboard recycling. But
I
I
knew
do
that.
take those batteries to the household hazardous waste event.
So they give any idea where they might wanna position these, cardboard gators?
They have several locations kind of narrowed down. And it kind of just depends on what works out best where.
We'll put one down by the fire department.
They won't be in the city.
I know, we went that route.
We have
once.
more access to
We
recycling
had
than other
mattresses
parts
and
of the
everything.
county.
Okay, another
Your-
question?
That was actually one of my questions was, where will the compactors be located?
Yeah.
And the second is, fund for how long is this?
What for
The
how-
term of the
Of the
compactors?
grant?
Yeah,
The grant, I think it's just one time. It's to buy them and put them in.
okay.
And then the infrastructure that's needed, like the concrete pad and the, screening and those kinds of things that are required to make it work.
But it doesn't cost us anything, the grant.
Oh, it won't cost
all
the
of it.
city anything at all.
All right. I
This
see
is
that
just
word
a letter of
fund, and I
support.
Think how much, all right. Those are my questions, I'm sorry.
Any other questions? Hearing no more questions, roll call.
Stencil-Barton.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Devroy. I'm sorry, Brem.
Yes.
No double dipping, Ann. Rocha.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, items of business, conduct second reading and adopt ordinance number 636 regarding Northridge Estates condominium plan unit development. Everybody get a chance to look at that? Do you have any questions or anything?
No, I'll make the motion to,
Make a motion to
Hold on.
adopt.
yes.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 636 regarding Northridge Estates condominium planning unit development. Motion by McLean, do I hear a second? Support. Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Riziki. Questions? Roll call.
McLean.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Get them all hooked together here. Hang on a minute.
Whole world waiting on you, Mr. Mayor, whole world.
See that, see that. Okay, consider staying ordinance section 58-38G to allow 2 temporary signs for pickleball at Bob King Park. Do I hear a motion?
Make the motion.
Support.
Okay, motion by Brown, supported by Deveroy, to stay the ordinance, section 58-38G, to allow 2 temporary signs for pickleball at Bob King Park. Questions? Go ahead.
I've got 3 questions. What material will these display signs be made of?
I have no idea.
All right. How large will these signs be?
Okay, so one of them, I guess, one I can answer is I wasn't prepared to answer your question. It is a banner that was like a plastic material, whatever banners are made out of, and then it says King's Court. And how that came about is that we have pickleball apps. So there's a, I thought I was supposed to stand when I'm talking.
Yeah.
So the sign is probably a vinyl sign, and then it says King's Pickleball Court after Bob King Park.
Yeah.
I think it says King's Court. And so that group wanted to put that sign up because if you go onto an app, you can go to Pickle Up is the name of the app that we use for that court. And you can go in there, and if you wanted to play, Terry, but you didn't have anybody to play, you don't know if anybody wants to play this afternoon at 2 o'clock, you go in there, put in your name, you say, I want to play at 2 o'clock, can I find another person, 2 or 3? Then everybody that's on there for that town will get a notification to see if they want to play. So one of those signs is for that, just naming the court, so that when somebody comes in from out of town, they at least know what the name of the court is to look for it on their app. So that is just like a banner kind of a sign. It's not up there right now, we zip tied it up. This is when we found out we had to get a permission for a sign. And so I didn't have anything to do with the sign, but I was up there, so I helped them hang it up. The other sign would be a sign that would be kind of like at the main entrance for it, because I don't know if we got approved or where that all stands, but I think it got approved to do leagues up there 2 nights a week. And so that sign would just basically state that, so that if somebody were to come up there and play today, they would see, oh, tomorrow night there's a league, so that, you know, they can make accommodations for that. That would be just a small sign. I don't even know, like, what their thoughts are.
Well, that brings up 2 other questions. One, you made a statement they're just zip tied. Who's going to be responsible for taking care of these signs? Is there somebody who is going to be designated as someone checking those signs every week to make sure they're not flapping around in the wind looking forward?
You know what? I have no idea.
We have city staff that's up there probably daily clean the bathrooms. I imagine they.
I know they've been
probably
up
watch
there
it.
every day when we've been there, and I think that sign right now is there's like a storage room up there, and I think they rolled it up and put it in there. I know there was talk about that, and then when we had our meeting a couple weeks ago, they asked if the sign was still up, and I'm like, I can't remember if it's still up there or not. And then when I drove by there the other day and saw that it was down, I had remembered that I think it's in that storage room that's up there. And honestly, I mean, I was the one that put it up there for the ladies that wanted it up. I didn't know anything about a Pickle Up app, honestly, until I'm hanging up the sign asking why we're putting up the sign. And I'm not going to be in this group that plays leagues up there, but they need a sign to just say that, and they're all in Florida, so
All right.
here I am.
Don't get me wrong. I love pickleball. You know, I'd play it if I
Yeah.
could. And without seeing pictures of what we're voting for, I don't feel comfortable voting for it. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they're coming to us, they want to stay this ordinance.
Right.
Now, we have a sign ordinance anyhow, right, Dan? So they're gonna have to adhere to that ordinance.
Yeah.
It's just
I-
that they went ahead. and
I'm
put-
sure like if you were to say, or Dan was, or that, whoever has to approve it, says, yes, you can put up a sign that's 3 feet by 2 feet or whatever, made out of whatever material, then they'll probably just do that, I would assume, but I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just.
Yeah,
We are.
I'm not making the
You feel
sign.
good about that comment, do you? Why do I even come to these?
I say anything tonight? So we have a motion and a support. Any other comments, any questions?
Did you say 7 a.m. for the Tuesday, Thursday League or 7 p.m.?
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Oh, wait a minute, that's not a league.
Yeah.
That's just a group of guys that gets together that, as the group that'll be notifying you as soon as we get invited to play in your garage this winter.
You've already been invited. Just don't hit the beer fridge unless you win.
But the league, I think, hold on, I do know the days and times on the league.
Need to have you go back up to the mic if you're gonna talk.
Sorry.
Well, I just thought you said 7
Sorry.
a.m., but then you said the league was 7.
This is, yeah, these are, the ladies are putting it together for Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 8:30 p.m. That is at night. And that's from May 15th to September 15th, they want to do that.
And that would take up all the courts, all 8 of them.
7 or 8, yes.
Okay.
See, that brings up a question for me now. Do we, most of the other facilities we have, the ball fields, all that, is pretty much ran through the Y. Is this something we need to run through the Y for them to reserve these?
No.
We just wanna make sure, we.
Yeah, it's just on our regular reservation
Right.
request.
How much we charge them?
I don't think anything.
Actually, I know that they're looking at charging a nominal fee to try and raise money for wind screens and fencing and so forth up there too, for whatever that's worth.
Whatever they plan on doing, they probably ought to come see Dan before they do it.
We've already
We,
talked about
yeah,
it.
Okay.
we already came to the Parks and Recreation group there a few weeks ago. We, meaning me, who
I saw
really
that.
doesn't know a lot about that stuff, but
Okay,
that's what I
okay.
do.
Any other questions? We have motion and support. Roll call.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item C, consider approving Moore and Bruges Inc. survey and design engineering proposal for a pedestrian island in the amount of $10,200. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll support it.
Okay, we have a motion by McLean, supported by Brem, to approve Moore and Bruges Inc. survey and design engineering proposal for a pedestrian island in the amount of $10,200. This is by Titan Park. Any questions? Roll call.
Rocha,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, next item, consider approving Moore and Bruges Inc. to complete a high-pressure district elevated storage tank study for an amount not to exceed $23,750.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
I'll support that motion, Your Honor.
Okay, motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by Rizigi, to approve Moore and Bruges Inc. to complete a high-pressure district elevated storage tank study for an amount not to exceed $23,750. Any questions, comments on this? Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, this has to do with the new water
Yes.
tower that we want to put in.
Correct.
And before, they had picked like a few different sites or whatever. Had they not done this when they picked? And I know you said something about there was maybe some spot that's even more advantageous than any of those sites?
So we knew that our first, and it was a different engineering firm that we were working with at the time.
Okay.
We knew that that was an overview cursory study, but we thought that we had a little bit more information than we actually ended up having. So that study highlighted suggested locations based on elevation,
Okay.
but there's other criteria that significantly influences the final design, as well as the best location. And then ultimately that plays into the total cost of the project. So this study would evaluate those things to a far greater degree. This does not include any design of the actual tower. This is just preliminary to get us to a precise location. So that would come later. This should take 2 to 3 months, and then we'll know better what the next steps would be.
And this has more to do with the pressure availability,
Correct.
And
Correct.
we're talking a pretty significant area.
It's a significant area,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And there's a lot of new development going in.
Right.
As well.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and support. No other questions, roll call.
McLean,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes.
Item B, consider authorizing the trade-in of current duty and seized weapons at the and the purchase of new duty weapons for CMP distributors for $10,950.25. Do I hear a motion?
I make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Devroy, support by Stenzelbarton, to authorize the trade-in of current duty and seized weapons and the purchase of new duty weapons from CMP distributors for $10,950.25. Questions?
Actually, yes, Chief, are the trade-ins also going to the distributors? Is that how it works? You put the trade-in in, then they offer you the money and you purchase the weapons from them, is that?
That's correct. I think in the quote, I think the duty weapons are shown at, I believe, $225, I believe. At the very top there,
Yeah.
it should show. So yeah, the CMP, they were getting the duty weapons plus the AC weapons from various complaints that we've handled.
And do you happen to know what service weapons you guys are purchasing from that?
I'm sorry.
The
What
weapons.
are we purchasing?
Yeah.
We'll be purchasing 2 different models, the Glock 45 and the Glock 19. The Glock 19 will service as the administrative weapon. Myself, Deputy Chief, Detective, the 45, which are all 9mm platforms. Those will be carried by the patrol officers.
Perfect.
I don't have a question, I have a comment, however. Clean, concise, I understood everything you wrote, and it was quick, easy to read. I like those type of reports.
Any other questions or comments?
It's all pretty much on here. So CMP distributors, they're somebody you usually use when you do this stuff?
Yes, we've, I think the current duty weapons we carry came from CMP. So we've purchased things from them such as pepper spray, bulletproof vest. Throughout the years, we've done business with them.
Okay.
Any other questions? No further questions, roll call.
Brem,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes.
Okay, item F, consider authorizing the city manager to execute both the memorandum of understanding and cooperative program agreement with the Thornapple Arts Council as presented. Everybody get a chance to look at that?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve the authorization of the city manager to execute both of those agreements.
I'll support that.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Brem, to authorize city manager to execute both the memorandum of understanding and cooperative programming agreement with the Thornapple Arts Council as presented. Questions? Roll call.
Rocha.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Deveroy.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Staff presentations and policy discussions, marijuana sales and local government.
So the memorandum was mistakenly not included in the packet. It was in there at one time. It just didn't make the final form. But it's the same as the memo that you received back in November when you reviewed it and decided that it wasn't really the time to discuss it. And you requested that it be placed on this agenda instead. So I've made some hard copies for you since it wasn't included in the digital packet. I don't know if you still want to discuss this tonight or move it to the next agenda if you would be able to have a little bit more time to review it, but it is quite brief. Vester put together a very summarized version of the marijuana sales revenue impact on local government. There had been some questions and comments that you guys had regarding that, and so this memo was intended to provide some basic information about the potential for revenue from that source. I don't know if the intention was to review it and maybe take a next step, whether that's getting additional information or if there's a desire to investigate the option of having that here in the city. That was still kind of left open, but this is just some introductory information so you can decide if this is something that you want to discuss more, if there's questions, any discussion that you guys want to have amongst each other about what you want to see next, if anything.
What's your pleasure? Let's, want to talk about this tonight? You want to put it on the agenda for the next meeting and give us a chance to read this?
Okay, if I may, I think I was the impetus for getting this on the agenda is because of how much I didn't know between what Mr. Davis gave us and three of the research I've done. I didn't know where the city of Hastings stood, and now I do. And I wanted to ask the question, has there been any interest? Has anybody come to you, a micro business, a business of some sort, and asked, hey, will the city of Hastings think about this?
I have not received an inquiry since Rutland Township adopted their ordinance. And I think that was because there were some people who were thinking about applying there, and they wanted to know if we were going to, so they could plan which municipality they might want to be in. That was the sense that I got from them. But that was back, 2021. I haven't heard anything since 2021. I don't know if you have, Dan?
No, no inquiries in the past 3 or 4 years.
Okay, this was in the summer when I was asked about it, and I didn't know anything, which is why I brought it up. And that's where I stand on this. Yes, sir. I'm better educated on it if we need to talk about it. That was it. That was the whole purpose.
I do have one comment.
Good.
Because of my personal experience, because I professionally work in this realm, I would say that the majority of people who are looking to start a marijuana business, whether it be a grow, a processor, a dispensary, medical, adult use, secure transporter, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to look to see what communities have opted in. We have not opted in, so it makes total sense that no one would come to us to ask or to even look, because we have no ordinance and we don't allow it. So they're going to go to the places that have opted in. Those are the communities, the townships, the villages, and the cities that they're going to approach. And so to say that no one would be interested, or we haven't had any one approach us is because we opted out. So why would they take the time to go through or jump through all of those hoops when we've made a stance and opted out? They're gonna go to somebody.
Someone came to me and asked me.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and that's,
Oh,
that's
okay.
how I got this whole thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where the first snowball got
Okay.
pushed down the hill.
Okay.
And now I know that we did opt out.
It's a great revenue generator.
So what do you wanna do? You wanna
My
hash
questions
this
haven't been
over
answered.
and bring it up at the next meeting, or whatever?
I have no need to bring it up again, if we're fine with that.
I guess the question would be, what would be next step? Even if we decided to talk about it today, would it'd be a process of going through an ordinance and going through readings and so on and so forth to make that happen? Would that
Yeah,
be
so
correct?
you'd have to decide what kinds of marijuana establishments you'd want to allow. And then if you want to narrow down like a specific number or kind of define the parameters of what it is that you're looking for. And then simultaneously with that, I would suggest recommending that the Planning Commission review zoning implications to that. Because there may be certain areas that they would suggest that it better meets the master plan than some other areas. There may be some other zoning regulations that they feel would be helpful in ensuring that whatever kind of facility we allow is compatible with the community and in the area in which they're located. So those are the two kind of things that I think could be done relatively close together, if not at the same time, to start the process. But it's retail establishments where this revenue comes in. So there are other kinds of marijuana facilities which you may want to consider, but it's the retail establishments where this revenue really comes in.
Are you sure it's just retail or is it adult use?
I'm fairly confident it's just retail.
I thought that's what I read.
Well, we saw when we did the mayor exchange with Lowell, and they were very quick to point out that, hey, notice how nice our roads are up here. And that was all because they opted in and they gained tax revenue from marijuana sale and use. Chief Bolter, were you there? I think you asked about.
No,
Or you were here on our side.
The deputy chief was there, so I
yeah.
was injured at that point.
Right. The question was asked if their police chief had noticed any adverse effects or consequences, and he basically said, no, there really hasn't been any complaints, no adversity, anything, even to the point of the public's opinions on the topic in general. I see this as a great source of revenue, especially considering that we have empty storefronts throughout some of the city right now that could benefit from any use at all. So I would be in support of finding some way to make use of revenue like this.
So the first step would be planning commission, right?
Well,
What you're saying?
that I wouldn't say that's a first step. I think that's probably second after you figure out if you want to move forward and with what facilities and if there's any limitations on the number or any other guidance then that you want to give the planning commission. So for instance, some communities are fine with having retail marijuana establishments, but they don't want it in their core downtown. Some people are totally fine having it in their core downtown, but they don't want it, in some other place where they feel that it's maybe more impactful to residential development or something of that nature. So if you, and the planning commission will walk through those things too, but if you have ideas already about what you anticipate the final result to be, it would be helpful to communicate that to them ahead of time.
I could visualize a workshop with somebody from the planning commission to help us so we know that we're asking the right questions and putting our ducks in the right rows. Would that help?
Well, the planning commission's going to bring a proposed zoning ordinance to you
Not give us
in the
advice.
same way that they do with any other zoning ordinance.
What's the feeling? We want to pursue this? We want to have more discussion on it before we go to the next step, which would be the planning commission?
Well, the next step would be the ordinance to establish it. So that's the next action that you would take. Because there's going to be two ordinances. One to opt in and establish that use, and then another to zone for it.
What's thoughts?
I say go for it. Let's do it.
So we need a motion to pursue opting in to use of marijuana for sale.
I don't think that you need a motion. I would accept this conversation as a direction to staff to pursue options for an ordinance that we would then bring back to you for your consideration. And we may ask for certain things at that time, but it's a little bit easier when you have an ordinance with some context to reflect upon some particulars there. So we can do that for a subsequent meeting.
Good.
So revenues on there, it looks like on the bottom it says, spend these dollars however we deem fit with revenue that we receive on this. Does that go into a separate account? It all goes right into the same account so we can, okay,
Yep.
so there's nothing different separated from it, it's just from the revenue coming in, okay.
Go to the general fund.
General fund, okay.
So is that what everybody wants done? Have Sarah work on it?
I personally don't like the idea, but it's not about me. It's about what the public wants, and it seems that the majority of them want something. So,
John, I get that. I totally understand it's not something that you personally want, and I, as a parent, understand, hey, I don't want my kids around that stuff. Anytime your kid goes to Walmart, they're around that stuff. There's a dispensary over there right now.
yeah.
In a bordering township. So I don't want to say there's no avoiding it, but if we can take advantage of the same sorts of things that they are, why don't we?
And there will be public hearings, right? So that'll be an opportunity for the public to voice any concern or support that they have as well.
Because if I'm correct, even during the readings, we could vote down, like on the second reading, we could vote down that ordinance and say,
Sure.
this is just not what we want to
Yep,
do.
you can always vote against it.
Well, I think once you draft the ordinance and you find out where you're gonna have to allow them, then you can change, you can do whatever you want then. But so you're gonna work on it then.
Yep.
I guess.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. City manager report.
So I had a procedural question. Since we just adopted the new rules of procedure, there was some discussion about absence at meetings. And so the rules reflect that the member not present will contact the clerk, and then the reason would be provided, and then you would vote on whether somebody's excused or not. Being that we did not receive a notice from council member this evening, not trying to put anybody on the spot, it's just that we just recently changed this procedure. So that Linda and I are clear, if somebody's absent and they have or haven't provided notice or information to share with the rest of the council, how would you like for us to convey that to you within the meeting before a vote's taken?
You convey that with the mayor prior to?
Basically, the only issue I have is that I would, my own personal preference, I just want to be notified.
Right.
So the only issue with notifying ahead of time is that if somebody's not here, we don't know until they're not here, if they didn't notify us.
Right.
So there isn't time to say that unless we're asked. I mean, obviously, if we know, if somebody's told us, then we'll communicate that, as soon as we can. But if they haven't, I think that's kind of where the disconnect is. So I'm curious since it was recently adopted, when it is that we should let you know what that information is.
As far as letting the council know, or letting the mayor know?
Letting you know that somebody has not
I'd like to
given
know
us a
As soon
notification.
as they call, but I
know, but if they don't.
But if they don't,
Well,
that's the issue.
And
'Cause
what do we do if they don't?
Well, it's up to you whether you're going to vote to excuse them or not. And they may provide no notice or reason and you still choose to vote them as excused. That's entirely possible. I guess I just want to know that we're procedurally doing what it is that you are expecting.
The only thing we brought up, and I think it was Jordan, that was concerned about the reason being brought up just at council and that they didn't think that was necessary. So if there is any way of just letting them know ahead of time so that it isn't announced to the world what the reason is.
HIPAA regulations apply.
Yeah.
Well, the issue is if they haven't provided a reason.
Okay.
So they didn't call us. They didn't let us know. We don't know why they're not here. You're voting on whether or not they should be here. How do we tell you that they didn't tell us?
Can the mayor just ask, was the notice given?
I think that's appropriate.
So if you tell me that that Jordan's not gonna be here tonight, you tell me that,
Notice was
can
given.
I ask you, did he give you a reason? And that's as far as it would go, because I wouldn't say that reason at the council meeting. I would just either say, I'm not gonna
I would say, yes, I was given a
that I will
reason,
not
or no.
approve your absence here. I just, in the city charter, it says what you do if they're gone a certain amount of times. The council can vote to remove somebody from office. That's the only time, other than a recall, that you can do that.
But that's if they're not excused
Right,
as
right,
well.
right,
So
right.
you just, I would think, would want to know whether they'd followed the rules of procedure, provided notice in advance of voting.
Well, the whole
Just so
reason for
you
this,
know.
though, is a common courtesy. The planning commission would like to know when people aren't gonna show up for that, because, sometimes we don't have a quorum. I mean, you gotta have a quorum to do business. It's just, I've got mixed emotions about it. I think that, in our rules and regulations, it should say that if you know you're gonna be absent, there's different ways that you can inform the city through, Linda, that you're not gonna be there. Well, I like to know that, and, usually somebody's got a legitimate reason for not being there.
I was not notified.
I know.
And that's, for me, as a council person, that would be unexcused.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what the reason is, at least if you're reaching out to say, hey, I'm not going to be here, or I'm sick, I mean, you start throwing up at noon. As long as you let somebody know I'm not going to be able to attend, I mean, and that notice and that courtesy was given, that's all I need to know.
And I understand that, but the way my day ran, I knew I was gonna be late, no matter what. I was still taking a shower because you guys would not like the smell of me, the way I smell. I don't know, I was a half hour late. And I apologized, as was appropriate. I didn't think to call and say, hey, I'm gonna be late because I need to shower. It never even crossed my mind. So, and again, I apologize for being late.
I think personally, if you're doing it, if I were the mayor, if I were in your seat, I would just simply ask if somebody's missing. Did they call, excuse or not? No, and then let the council decide at that point.
Yeah.
As a mayor, go, okay, I'm gonna ask if anybody would like to make a motion to be excused, and then it would be up to the council to say yes or no. If they didn't bring an excuse, then I think it would be dependent on the council to say, yeah, I think so, or no, maybe not. Maybe they maybe we should vote this one down and make them unexcused. I think that would be the simplest terms of doing it.
What's the charter say about attendance?
I'd have to look it up
There's a specific
exactly.
number of
There's a
unexcused.
certain number of unexcused absences.
They gotta be in a row too, though.
Yeah,
I think it was
yep.
4 in a row.
Like 3 in a row, I think.
Oh, they do? They have to be in a row?
Yep.
That's why our charter needs to be amended.
Well, there's all kinds of reasons that charter needs to be amended.
Charter's fun to read.
Varies where it contradicts itself.
But yeah, I agree with John that it's a common courtesy. If you know you're not gonna be here, I mean, I've had to send a text from my son's basketball game to just let the mayor know, hey, I can't make it tonight.
So that's still up to council whether they
It's still up
approve
to
it or
the
not.
council, but
But at least there's notification
Right,
that
right.
you're not gonna be here. We don't worry
Because
that you're in a
we're all
ditch
human and
somewhere.
we're all people and we all have lives.
but
So-
we said, yes, we want it to be called.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we have to leave it at, right?
I hate to be nitpicky about it. All we're trying to do is get somebody to be responsible enough to call and say, hey, I can't make it.
Well, right, but in the event that that doesn't happen, then what do you want us to do? So what I'm taking from this conversation is if somebody notifies Linda per the procedures that they're going to be absent, and provides a general explanation for that, she will communicate that as soon as she practically can to the mayor, and then that would come up at time to vote. And if she does not receive something and somebody's missing, when you would maybe typically ask if there's a motion to excuse her or whatnot, maybe have that communication with the clerk to ask if something's been provided. I just want to make sure that we're clear on our end what it is that you guys expect, because you created the rules of procedure. And so it's our job to help fulfill that mission and make sure that those procedures are followed. So that's all I'm looking for.
Well, the
from
mayor's
this
gonna know
conversation.
automatically if he hasn't heard from Linda or you, or he hasn't been contacted personally himself, he's gonna know that the person was not excused, or I wasn't there was no notification given.
I think the conveyance of facts is all that would be needed. Did they call and be excused, or did they not? I think that would be it. And then it would be up to the council to make the rest, the decisions. I think just the conveyance of yes, they did, or I received no notification from them whatsoever. So council, that's up to you now.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Okay.
Understand?
I think so. Wanted to let everybody know the elevator is now functioning. So part of the issue with getting a new IO board is that they don't make our elevator anymore. The company went out of business years ago. So anytime we need replacement parts, they have to kind of find what they can that's really close and hope for the best. So as we're working on our capital improvement plan, we have a couple of options. So the code is changing. I think end of next year, it will be required that we have some work done on our elevator to the door closer. That costs about $25,000. The company is recommending that we do a full elevator modernization because it's really old and the company doesn't exist anymore. If we're going to invest that much money into it, we might as well just get a new elevator. So they had quoted, it's a little dry in here, they had quoted us, I want to say it was like $160,000 2-3 years ago to do that. So it's probably $180,000-$200,000 now. Would you prefer that we proceed with the capital improvement plan to just do the lower cost fix to meet code next year, or go ahead and plan to modernize the elevator at the higher cost?
How long did it take to get the IO board replaced?
Gosh, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And we had to
And we had to pay for it in advance.
pay for it in full in advance.
Not knowing for sure that it was going to work.
How much was that cost?
A little over $6,000 for the part.
Right.
I haven't gotten the
That-
bill
That's
for
not
labor.
the installation, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we can swing it, it would make more sense to replace the elevator itself with something made by a company that we know is going to be around for a while, or that we would expect to be around for a while.
What about an escalator?
Yes.
I think that would be significantly more expensive.
More fun.
It would be more fun, yes.
I thought we had that in the capital improvements last year, didn't we?
We had the modernization, and then it got changed to just the door lock, and it's been kind of back and forth. So since it's around the corner, we're gonna have to do something next year. Kind of need to decide, and you can change your mind. We can budget whichever way, but just for the CIP, it'd be kind of helpful to know.
I think I included in the
Which way?
Capital improvement plan.
Okay.
Just my thought. Everybody else?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Thinking Jim
All
Rope
right.
and Fireman's Pole.
You'll see it like 3 more times. Our annual audit was obviously finished in December. The company that did it, that was the last year under the approved contract for them. So we need to either enter into an agreement with them for 3 more years, or we can bid it out. I think as staff, we recommend entering into the agreement with them for another 3 years. They were the lowest bid response last time by a pretty decent margin. We've seen how much they're going to charge for the next 3 years. We feel that's very reasonable. We are not required to bid out professional services. So it's our recommendation that we don't do that, but if you're more comfortable with us putting out an RFP and evaluating different firms to do it, we're happy to do that as well.
I say you stay with who you know, especially where money's
Thoughts?
Dan nodded his head.
He was getting sleepy.
Oh, I thought when she was saying that, they were talking about the audit, keeping them, you were nodding.
I think
So
if the staff is happy, I think we ought to stay with them. What's the thought?
I agree.
I agree.
Okay, great. So we'll bring the proposal for the next 3 years to a subsequent meeting. We just didn't want to do that and have their pricing out there and then go to bid when it's already been publicized. So that's why we didn't do that. But we can put that on a subsequent agenda and get that formally approved. The police department renovation is out to bid. The notice is available on our website. It's in several plan rooms. Those bids are due back mid to late February, and then we'll know some final pricing and can move forward from there. If you know any local contractors or companies that might be interested in bidding, please let them know, and we'd be happy to give them some more information about that. So that's what I have.
Any questions of Sarah? Dale Boulder has a monthly report for you. Anything to add, Dale?
Sure do. First thing I'd like to add, based upon maybe a previous conversation, hopefully, when talks start to begin to happen in regards to allowing certain things to take place in the city, that information is gathered. Not information based upon other areas, other cities, information based upon our city, information based upon our people, not just the visitors that come here, but the people that live here. So there's a wealth of information out there that we have access to, that hopefully finds its way to each of you to allow you to make decisions no matter what they may be. So that's where I wanted to start. So anyway, Officer Sensiba doing great. He's on afternoon shift now. He's just starting his, he's about a day into his 5th week. Definitely not the same issues we're running into that we did with his dad. So, but no, he's a good kid, doing good. So, just working on, getting ready for our audit, for a lien audit coming up. And as the city manager said, talking about where we're going to move offices. So I'm looking for real estate. I've eyeballed the mayor's office, and it doesn't appear that the city manager is going to let me take the conference room. But so no, we're going to make it work. It'll be a little challenging, but I think in the same aspect, we're up for that challenge, and seeing this take place is pretty exciting. Obviously, we've had some new paint since I've been here, but it's pretty much been the same since the city of Hastings moved here, and the initial construction took place up here. So it's going to be pretty cool to see. It'll be a little bit different. We're keeping that same footprint, same square footage, but we're going to make some smarter choices with it to carry us into the future. So, but unless anyone has any questions based on my report, that's pretty much all I had.
Any questions, Adele? Or we make them sit down?
Have a good night.
Okay, also in your report, you have Clerk Treasurer Farron's, Linda's monthly financial report. Anything to add?
I do not, unless there's any questions.
Everybody read her financial report, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
You all understand it, right?
Numbers everywhere.
Okay. Community Development Director Dan King's monthly report is in your packet. Anything to add, Dan?
Unless there's questions, nothing else to add.
Anybody have any questions of Dan?
No, love the picture of the
Oh, yeah.
New Year.
Yeah.
It doesn't give justice, though.
I know, it was great.
It was amazing.
6 minutes and 30 seconds of fireworks.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, item 13, reports and communication. Item A, City of Hastings Downtown Development Authority draft meeting minutes of January 15th, 2026. Item B, IO Board emergency purchase. I assume that's for the elevator.
Yes, so that's some additional information if you're interested.
Okay, item C, City of Hastings Brownfield Redevelopment Authority draft minutes of January 26, 2026. And item D, 2025 Community Development Department Annual Report. Anybody have any questions on any of those items? Entertain a motion to accept item A through D and place on file.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
I'll support it.
Okay, motion by Stencil Barton, supported by Brem, to accept items A through D and place them on file. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Public comment. Marcia? Dave? Anna? Poke her head right up. Mayor and council comments. Any comments tonight, Mike?
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
You're not gonna tell us about your team?
About my what?
Your team,
My team?
the Green Bay Packers?
Well, they're out of it. Like 30 other teams are.
Yeah.
So we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
John?
The only comment basically that I have is at the last meeting, we discussed the rules of procedure, and I and Ann brought up the fact that we would like it to see the rule change to include it saying text or email. And the mayor has a contact person as well, but evidently the motion was made and that didn't get included. I'd like to see that brought back on the agenda again.
So what do you think?
If you want to amend it, you can. We can bring it for a future.
But it's no
Meeting.
big deal though, is it really?
Well, everybody said call in. You're not allowed to call in. You have to bring it in writing.
Well, but see, I'm
According to the
thinking a text
procedure, it
message
says
is
bring
writing,
it in
don't
writing.
you think?
Yeah, it's just helpful to have it in writing because if somebody can't answer the phone, then we don't have it. And email's a pretty simple.
But it didn't say.
It doesn't
Says
say
getting it.
email and it doesn't
Yeah.
say text, and that's
Well,
what we
those
wanted
are
to
both
add.
writing. So instead of saying in writing, do you want it to say email or text?
And contact with the mayor, yes, that's all we asked for when, at the last meeting, but it didn't get in the motion to amend.
I don't know what motion to amend
Well, when we amended what Jordan wanted in, me and Ann had thought our suggestion was included in that, and it wasn't. And that's what we had asked for, was it to be either in text, email, and the contact person to be Linda and the mayor. So there was more than one person, just in case Linda wasn't available, she's on vacation, whatever, there's a second person we can contact.
She's not going on vacation.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess it's just that you're not gonna know necessarily if she's not available or if the mayor is not available. I'm just trying to avoid a situation in which multiple people, because that's what we've had, right? So people have either not made any notification, or they've told someone different. They might tell me, but not tell the mayor, or they tell the mayor, but not me or the clerk, or they tell Linda, but the mayor and I. So to have some consistency, it seemed like one person would be better. That one person could be the mayor if you prefer, if you think it's challenging
I
to
think it's
text
fine
Linda.
as Linda.
I
I think
don't
it's fine
know.
as Linda. I had a council member call me a few months ago, called my house phone and left a message they weren't gonna be here. Well, I already left to come down here.
Right, that's why a call is
That's why I say if they
a
give,
challenge,
if
and
they
something
call
in writing
her,
would be better.
and, you know, she's gonna let me know anyhow, so I don't know. And I thought we kinda had an understanding that, in writing could be, well, it's gonna be, didn't you give them your?
I emailed
Yeah,
every
that's-
council member, sent it read receipt, so I know whether or not you opened it.
Yeah.
And it has all my contact information in it.
I
Not
really
everybody
think-
has opened that email.
I really think that's good enough.
Okay, we'll leave it.
And Linda is much more approachable than the mayor.
I'm
so much
here just about 24/7, so.
Earlier than mine back.
So is that all right that Linda be the person? I'm not, I don't have any issues with her, contacting me, you know, that's kind of what we landed on. And,
Yeah.
you know,
As long as it's understood, it can be in an email or a text or
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Those
I
are
don't have a
both
problem
forms
with
of
it.
writing.
Just-
Right.
Just
Yep.
in writing
Yep,
is old school says you've got to write a letter.
That was the first thought that went to my head too. honestly.
Times are changing.
Yeah.
Not with me, it's
Times are
not. I
changing.
refuse
gotta
to
sign
change.
blood too?
Yeah.
Okay, we're done with that, right?
So we do or do not want this to come up on a future council agenda?
As long as we're at the
I don't
understanding
think it
that
needs
it can
to.
be an email or
Great.
text.
Okay.
Like maybe you got something better to do, or?
I just want to do whatever it is that is a priority for you guys.
Okay,
So,
Ann, you got any
it's up to
comments
you.
tonight?
Good answer.
Just a happy 75th birthday to Mr. Mayor.
Woo!
75.
How about you, Jackie, anything?
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, so I got a couple of things. What is the update with the Meyer situation?
So the city attorney has reviewed all the documents and created what she was creating on her end, and those have been sent over to the township as of this morning.
Okay.
So they'll review them and subsequently get back to us about any feedback that they have. I believe that they intend to have their site plan reviewed with the Joint Planning Commission in February or March, they were saying, so I haven't heard any updates on that. I don't know if Chairperson Hatfield has or not. Okay.
Do you know if the county, the city, and the township and Meyer are working off a timeline, or is there like, does anybody have a timeline?
Yeah.
Kind of a,
Oh, they're not?
No, they.
Oh, okay.
We've been a middle
We're
person.
facilitating some of the early discussions.
Oh,
We're
okay,
not
okay.
a party to that.
Okay, so I rephrase. Does the city, Rutland, and Meyer have any sort of a timeline, like, I mean, somebody's gotta have something, right?
the only thing I'm aware of is when they wanted to submit their site plan. I don't know what their proposed construction start date is or anything like that.
Okay. The other thing I have is, I know that, the PCI conversation is gonna come up soon. And, Mr. Hatfield, maybe you can enlighten me, because I was told that the county may not be as thrilled with them either, and are you going with someone different, or are you staying with PCI?
That's all.
Professional code inspectors.
Yeah. I know there are some concerns and there's some discussions going on.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has been decided.
Okay.
Or-
Okay.
So it's very preliminary.
Okay. Yeah, I really want to keep that on the forefront of knowing what the county does as well, and really maybe investigating other avenues or other people that could potentially do that for us.
Yeah, I think that when their agreement was approved last, I don't know if it was summer or fall, somewhere in there, we had discussed having it back on the council agenda to talk about what options are available.
Yeah.
And then moving forward from there. I think that's maybe May or June. if
Okay, I didn't
remember
know, I
correctly.
I knew that it was coming up soon, I thought it was March, but I may be thinking,
May.
you know,
The other
sooner
M
than-
month.
yeah. Okay, that's all I had, thank you. And happy birthday, Mayor.
Thank you. Gordon?
No, I don't have anything else.
Terry?
I have nothing, Your Honor.
John?
Happy birthday, and just placing bets on what's going to be done first. The street corridor here, the Meyer being built. I don't know which one's going to be done first, so I guess place some bets on that. Wow.
Lots of great things happening.
That's right.
Okay, if there's nothing else coming for our council, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Motion by McLean,
Support.
supported by Deb Roy. Do we adjourn? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We're adjourned. Thanks. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
So
us.
Chief, show up late one time and they're massacred.
That's not what